Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is JJ. I hope you guys are doing great. Happy Tuesday, or just I hope that you're having a beautiful day whenever you do come across this video or this pick a card. Like always, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you would like a personal reading, all that information is always in the description box below. Just throwing it out there, I am starting a Reiki level 1 class again, and it's starting March 11th, and I will link it in the description box below. How to book a reading, how to book a Reiki session, candles, all of that is always in the description box below. With that being said, we are going to be doing a pick a card in regards to the feminine energy. What does the feminine energy want to tell you, or your own feminine energy? What message does she have for you? And the reason why I wanted to bring this pick a card is because I am seeing this big theme going on in the collective about an uprooting. Okay, many of the people in the collective, they're going through a big change. Many of them are leaving, let's say, for example, a relationship. Many people are leaving their careers. Other people are starting a business. Other people are moving to a different city, a new town. It's just this uprooting, right? Whether some of us, we started this consciously, and others of us, Uranus is doing this energy where, it's like it's pushing us in that direction, right? Dharma is taking us somewhere where we need to be, but it is an uprooting. And so whenever we go through an uprooting or a tower moment or a big change in our lives, I do feel like the feminine energy is the best energy to kind of tap into, just because the feminine energy is the energy that allows us to flow, allows us to connect to our intuition. And when we are going through difficult moments, or like I said, these uprooting moments, it's hard for us to sometimes see exactly what is going on in our physical reality. And so our intuition and tapping into this side of ourselves helps us bring in some type of clarity, helps us trust that where we're being guided or what is going on in our physical reality is exactly what needs to be happening. And sometimes we can't understand that consciously. So this is when we tap into the divine feminine energy to kind of help us flow, surrender, and to trust. So pick one of these beautiful crystals that I have here. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And the timestamps will be in the description box below. Bye, you guys. Hello, how are you guys doing? This is JJ. If you picked this pile, this crystal, then this is your message. Let's have a look and let's see, what does the divine feminine within you want to tell you at this time? So a lot of ancestors are also helping you with this message, or this change, or this big shift that is happening in your life currently. So let's see, what is the archetype of the feminine energy in your life? So we're coming, okay, as a priest. It says light attributes, facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. The shadow attributes are violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Okay. Let's see, what other cards do we have here? Modulation, number 28. Number 41, manifestation, blessings for progress. And then we have spin the silken thread divine, number 30. And we have the unknown, and look at that, the north node, number 14. And we have 41. So mirroring numbers right off the bat right here. 10 is a new cycle. And 3 is the divine feminine energy. She is Empress energy. And then we have community. Okay. And then we'll go into the other ones as soon as I channel this information here that I'm picking up. So again, just as a disclaimer, feminine energy has nothing to do with your gender. Okay. That's not relevant here. We all have divine feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. I just have to throw it out there. So what I'm picking up here, I feel like with you're starting something new, okay? Or there's something here that it's the unknown in some way. And what I'm getting here is this message of needing to commit to your own natural timing and pace. Okay, it's important for you right now. The divine feminine within you is wanting you to ground your energy, is wanting you to connect with your center, because you are in this path of birthing something new or stepping into something new. And so the divine feminine within you is wanting you to focus right now on developing and growing powerful and deep roots, because it feels like this message of go back to basics in a way, okay? Because they're saying we cannot focus on the plant, right? Or the fruit of the seed that you're wanting to plant, because it might give you one harvest. I don't know if that's the right thing to say or metaphor, but it's like it's giving you the right harvest. But if you don't take care of the roots, it's just going to give you one harvest, right? And we want long-term harvest here. So your feminine side is saying, look, we got to focus on the roots. They have to be strong. We have to grow them. They have to be powerful. And the thing here is the root is you. You need to focus on you. But because if you are not feeling confident that what you are growing is strong and, and it's not rooted in authenticity, then it will not grow. Your guides are saying, okay, it will not grow. They're saying let go of immediate gratification. The divine feminine within you is telling you right now, this feels very Saturn energy, okay? So I don't know if you're going through a Saturn cycle, a Saturn return, or just you have Saturn in the first house or in the 7th, 10th, or 4th, or Saturn ruled moon or something like this. Because it feels like your divine feminine is saying, look, let go of that immediate gratification. Believe in your potential. Commit to your path, right? And this is what we had here. Facilitate spiritual commitment. What are you committed to? And stick to that. Because they're saying the more you commit to your path and you be patient, then you're going to see amazing things manifest for you. Because there is amazing things coming in. For some of you, this is what you've been doing. And the divine feminine is saying, look, you're nurturing your roots. You're nurturing yourself. You're becoming very clear about what it is that you stand for, what it is that you represent. What commitment are you willing to put in the work, even though you're not seeing instant gratification, even if you're seeing a little bit of a setback, even if you're seeing a little bit of a delay. Where is your soul keep going to? Like, where does it keep telling you, like, no, put in the work. It's okay. It's gonna pay off, right? And this divine feminine, your divine feminine is telling you, like, amazing things are coming in, but you need to focus right now. We need to focus on building those strong roots, those powerful roots, that community for some of you as well. This could be other divine feminine energies around you. 1111, as I'm saying this, pile number 1. So again, you're coming into alignment with your community, with your North Node. And so it's powerful. 1111 and a 7. So again, it's like you're becoming one with your spiritual path. And in order for us to do that, we got to look at the roots. We got to look at, what is solid and what is not. What do I want to commit to, even when things are not going well, even when things are not looking the best? What do I always go back to? And not from a place of fear, not from a place of comfort, but from a place of I legit enjoy it, I legit love it, and this is this is what I want to do. And for some of you, you have been learning this, and the divine feminine is saying, look, you have to also commit to your own natural timing and pace. You don't have to be like fulanito over there. You don't have to be like, my neighbor over here. or this other person. Like, you have to follow your own rhythm. You have to follow your own pace. And that is part of you being authentic to yourself. Okay? Because they're saying, look, the more you focus on yourself and the more you take care of your own roots, your own foundation, the more the path is going to open up for you. And so you are in this period, the divine feminine is wanting you to know, for some of you, you are stepping into this period of self-development. That's what I'm saying. If you're going through a Saturn return or a Saturn cycle currently right now, you're in a period of a lot of personal development. For others of you, you have been already doing this. And so you're going to be reaping these rewards more quickly than someone who is starting, obviously, right? And you will know if you're just starting, or you will know if you have been in this cycle for a while. And so again, and there's nothing wrong if you are already ending this cycle or just starting it. It doesn't say nothing bad about you. It doesn't, it's just everybody has their own timing. And again, that was the big message for you, pile number one, about this, the divine feminine energy within you. Honor and commit to your own pace and your own timing. That is going to get you far. Let go of that instant gratification. And so this is a time for you to focus. We also have Archangel Uriel coming in for you guys. That is something that I am picking up. And the Divine Feminine and Archangel Uriel are both coming in to let you know, like, look, in this cycle, whether you already are in it, have been in it, or about to step in it, they are coming in to remind you that you at a soul level know how to manifest money. You at a soul level know how to bring in all the resources that you need to fulfill your purpose. To not be afraid of the unknown, okay? Because you have community, you will have support both on the spiritual and on the physical plane as well. And so they're wanting to remind you, the divine feminine here wants to remind you that you're not in competition with anybody else. And if somebody else is in competition with you, then that's something they have to work at. Okay, that's something they have to kind of deal with. That's not something you have to address, or that's not something that you have to kind of carry it as your burden. That's not what the divine feminine is saying. No. You have to focus on your own personal growth. So if you've been wanting to learn that, that skill, if you've been wanting to, you're like, no, I want to take care of my physical appearance, or whatever it is for you, do that. This is all about you right now. And there's nothing wrong. That doesn't make you a selfish person, okay? For some of you, you need to know this. Also here, what else am I picking up? Hold on, give me a second. Also, the divine feminine wants you to stop thinking that you need to fight for what you want. Because again, you're an amazing manifester, pile number one. And you manifest everything that you need. So the divine feminine is saying, you don't need to fight. Just relax. Stay true to your path. Stay committed to your path. And watch how the path opens up for you. This is the time for you to take it one step at a time, okay? Especially when we're talking about creating, silk. We go through a sorting process. And what is this sorting process? The sorting process is looking at things that do not belong anymore, that do not resonate anymore, things that, we have outgrown. And then there are those other things that we're like, okay, yes, this has potential. This I'm going to commit to, right? Because it really makes me happy. And so you have been going through this sorting kind of energy. Discarding things that you're not taking with you. And also seeing the ones that you can take with you. And so the divine feminine wants you to know that you are starting a new cycle. So release old views, old vows that you might have made. Let go of any emotional patterns that are getting in the way. The divine feminine wants you to surrender to silence at this time. Like I said, this is all about you. It's like the focus is in you, in your roots. Maybe even in your connections as well here. The Seven of Swords. Yeah, where have you been self-sabotaging. Yes, the Seven of Swords can talk about someone, people in your community or friends or connections around you have been lying, or, it can talk about all that Three of Swords energy, but it's also about yourself. How have you been feeding your own delusions? How have you been lying to yourself because it feels safe? So the Seven of Swords is kind of coming in here, and the Divine Feminine is saying, look, we're removing the blindfold because you need to get your ducks in a row. And the Seven of Swords is also an energy about being strategic. It is Moon in Aquarius, so some of you might have Moon in Aquarius. Knight of Swords, yes. How have we allowed our thoughts to run rampage here? Like, how have we allowed our thoughts or things like that to keep us in a loop in some way? But also knowing when to charge forward. And in order for us to know this is when we need to connect within. We need to go back to our center. And this is where this energy of silence comes in. Because it says, in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. The Courageous Pony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. For some of you, the Divine Feminine energy within you wants to be seen by your community. In all facets of your Divine Feminine. But also, we are also needing to let go the Knight of Swords, right? A lot of swords energy here. What have we not been wanting to accept that has become an addiction or has become a negative pattern? And how can we let that go now in the present moment, right? In order for us to continue building and growing and having those strong roots. Yeah, because 8 and 5 is 13. So what is ready? It's like this person is looking at like this cabinet, and it's like, what has been stored there? What have we been refusing to look at? And then we have love is the answer. And explore possibilities. Yeah. I feel like there's new possibilities coming in for you, and your Divine Feminine is saying, just take a moment to kind of connect with self. Okay? Make sure that the roots are strong. Make sure that the foundation is strong. And then we can go and, show this side of us. Oh, and love. Yeah. The foundation has to be love. Love for yourself, love for what you do, love for your service, love for your community, love for your clients, for those who work with clients, love for your partner, but also love for your North Node here. A void, a quest, a calling. The Divine Feminine within you wants you to know that your calling is calling you. But you've been doing the groundwork. You've been doing, the tedious work that we don't like to do, right? Looking at our roots, making sure that the foundation is good, And so for some of you, like I said, your purpose is becoming very, very clear soon. For others of you, you're just stepping into the process of looking at the roots and the foundation of things. And during this time, the Divine Femme wants you to connect more with self, to allow yourself to kind of just take a moment, even if it's 5 minutes, to just become aware of your breath, become aware of your body, your thoughts, and then we take action. But for some of you, you're meant to lead the community. You're meant to help them in some way. And it could be that through the process that you just went through the Saturn cycle that you just went through. But your quest is calling you. But that is what I have for you guys. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the heart crystal, then this is your message. Let's see what is the message from your Divine Femme energy. Remember that energy has nothing to do with, I feel like this message is going to be important because of the card that's honking in the background, but it has nothing to do with your gender. We all have feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. And so let's have a look. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Okay, let's move that one, and we're going to put the heart one here. So let's see. What is the archetype that your divine femme energy is coming? Oh, the poet. Okay. Light attributes, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. It's giving me high priestess energy. Shadow and attribute turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Okay, pile number 2. I feel like your words, the way you talk to yourself, the way you communicate to yourself or others here, I feel like the divine feminine is showing up in your life through symbols, through dreams, maybe through poetry or phrases that you come across in your feed or that people send you. Okay, podcast episodes, things like this. Let's see. We have Sacrament of Extreme Unction. I believe it's unction. A lot of red, a lot of root chakra here. 13, Recovery into Grace. Okay. Tai Chi Rising, number 32, which is a 5. Okay, so it's a little bit of conflicting energies here. 7, 4, and 5. 5s talk about challenges, could talk about conflicting energies. It can also talk about, let's look at all the 5s in tarot, right? 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and missing one, 5 of Swords, Cups, Pentacles. Oh, okay. Oof. So I feel like there's something here that you're feeling either challenged by external situations, or this is an internal challenge that you're having. And then we have, completion, 41, looking forward, dissolution, and innovation. Okay, and we see how all these, there's only one statue that has the head. The rest of them don't have the head. So what this is telling me is that, again, it's this energy of there might be a lot of people involved here, or this can also indicate to me it's like you're feeling, because this one has no arms, so it's like I don't know what to do about this situation, like physically. And then we have her here with no head. That might be a little gruesome, but so again, it's like her thoughts, but now we have arms. So her thoughts, she still doesn't know how to put it together, doesn't know how to go about it. Now she has a little bit more here, but it's still like the crown chakra. It's like the spiritual understanding of it. And then now here she is fully like, her head is intact, but her arms again. So there's something here about wanting to put something together. It looks like they're at a tunnel, right? It looks like there's water moving, or is it moving, or is it still? I don't know. Like, is the water coming or is it going? For some of you, that might be kind of like what you're going through currently right now. And then you have humility. Okay. So let's get started. And before I, start channeling, I do have other cards here that we're going to be looking into after I get this information that I'm getting. Okay, so in my awareness, I have the song Don't Take the Girl. I don't know who sings it. It's Tim McGraw, is it? I'm not quite sure. Maybe you like country music, okay? Or maybe you just like the country life, okay? I don't know. But that song is coming into my awareness. Don't Take the Girl is about someone the song is talking about a gentleman who doesn't want to let someone go. They're like, take anything else. Take my wallet, take my car, take my keys, take everything, but just not the girl, not the person, right? So again, this energy of holding on to something, okay? I feel like for some of you, I have to be quite honest, especially with this card here. It talks about it's time for you to experience spiritual closure, and we have completion here. So I do feel that there is a new reality that is opening up for you. And this is going to look different for everybody. We can be talking about someone who is getting a divorce. Here we can be talking about someone who is becoming a parent, someone who's leaving a job. So it's going to look different for every single one of you, but there is a new reality that is opening up for you, okay? For you to walk into. I do feel here, but there is a hesitation, right? To let go. Her hands are open and the birds or the doves are flying. So I do feel like there's a hesitancy of letting go. There is something here that is like your divine feminine energy is telling you it's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay for you to embrace the new. And in some way, you have been preparing for this. Your divine feminine energy is telling you, we have been preparing you for this. If you take a moment to look back a little bit, you will see that everything was leading up to this specific point in your life. And you're being taken where you are meant to go. And so the divine feminine within you is telling you to move forward with an open heart, to move forward with trust, to move forward with the belief and with the understanding that everybody tried their best. Everybody did the best that they could with the information that they had and with the spiritual growth and journey that they had at this time, okay? But I feel like it's time for you to move. The divine feminine is telling you it's time for you to move forward. And the divine feminine is also coming in and acknowledging that it has been hard for you to let this go. Again, with that song, Don't Take the Girl. Like, I feel like whatever this was, and see my stuttering in my words, I feel like it's been something that it hasn't been easy for you to let go of. It's something that que a la vez te aferraste mucho. You held on to this. I feel like you really tried to make it work. You really tried to, and I think the best example that I can give is always going to be relationships, okay? So in a marriage, for example, right? When someone decides to get a divorce, I feel like couples really try their best before they ask for that divorce. And so the divine feminine is saying, I know it's been really hard because you've done everything that you could, but it's time to let go. It's time to move forward. But you know something already has ran its course. And it no longer belongs in your world, and you know this. And you know this, and the divine feminine is like, I'm walking with you. I'm guiding you. I'm taking you to where you need to be. The divine feminine within you wants you to know that you're being cleansed and you're being liberated into this new phase of yourself and of your life. Yeah, the divine feminine keeps saying, embrace your future and let go, because it's making it harder. Let go of that emotional and psychological burden that you have placed on yourself, because the divine feminine is showing up to let you know there is no turning back anymore. It's time to start anew. And like I said, for some of you, it's going to be in work. For some of you, maybe you talk to your boss over and over again, like, hey, you know what? This needs to change. This isn't working, or I need better pay, or, you know, whatever it is. And again, they haven't met you halfway, or they just didn't listen, or this could be with a friend. It doesn't have to be marriage, the example I gave. I just feel like that's the easiest one for me to kind of talk about, or to, like, you know, put that metaphor out there. But your divine feminine is saying, look, it's your time to be happy and free. You haven't been happy and free in whatever this situation is. And the divine feminine within you is saying it's time. It's time. We know for some of you it might have happened suddenly. Probably this is something that you didn't initiate. Probably this is something that someone initiated for you, right? Maybe you're the one at the receiving end of the examples that I gave, right? And so the divine feminine within you is telling you, like, look, we know it's difficult. It's a difficult process when we're talking about an ending or a loss. But she is saying there will be growth and a healing pathway is being given after this emotional wreck that you went through, or emotional tower that you went through. So the divine feminine is saying take your time to nourish your nervous system right now, because I do feel like you've been trying to kind of keep it together. Maybe you've been having more anxiety attacks. Maybe you've been having just more anxiety in general, okay, or more headaches, back pains. I don't know why I'm getting swelling of the ankles, of the extremities. But they're saying it's because you are also adjusting to this new vibration, this new reality that you're stepping into. And I feel like the divine feminine is saying you're taking this change in a very humble way. Like, I feel like you're not in your ego about it. And the divine femme is saying, like, good for that, okay? Yeah, so the divine femme wants you to surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can. Didn't I say that? I feel like all parties involved, or all people involved here, they really tried their best. And I feel like the divine femme within you is wanting you to realize this, that everybody tried the best with what they knew, with what they had, with the development that they had on their spiritual journey. Everybody tried their best, okay? So the card says, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So again, the divine femme is saying just surrender. Let spirit guide you right now. Let me, the divine feminine, take you to where you are meant to be, to this beautiful new phase of your life, that even though right now it might look a little scary because of all the changes that are involved. And yes, definitely your emotions are here. And for some of you with the heart, yes, it can be a strong connection, a partnership, a friendship that has parted ways, okay? But you will grow like this beautiful woman depicted here. You will grow, you will rise, okay? You will cut through the confusion here. Introduction. So you're being introduced to something new. The divine femme is like, look, I'm introducing you to a new phase of yourself and of your physical reality, right? This can be also you're stepping into a new role. So it doesn't have to be as dramatic as, you getting or losing your job, or leaving your job, or leaving a marriage or a connection. It just feels like you might be stepping into a new role that might be a little bit scary because you don't know what to expect. And so the divine feminine within you is like, I'm introducing you to something new. Yes, something that's going to be more exciting, something that's going to be more in alignment with your passion, with your soul here. And it's going to be very exciting. It's going to bring in this renewed energy that I feel, like I said, it was kind of like in the situation that you were in, it was weighing you down in a way, okay? The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Yes, like I said, I feel like you have been training for this, whether you know this consciously or not, but you have. And again, it's like you're rising up. I feel like in a way you manifested this with the pyramid kind of symbology there. You manifested this. And I feel like sometimes it's hard for us to think, how could I have manifested this if it feels so tumultuous? It feels so difficult. It feels so challenging. Yeah, but sometimes our heart screams for something. And that's what those screams ripple out into the world. They ripple out into, at a vibration. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. And I don't even know I'm going to make it justice. But when your heart screams, your soul is screaming or yearning for something, it ripples out. And so when it does that, it manifests. And sometimes we are not conscious of it, or we put it aside. And then when it comes in and it starts creating all these changes and all these like things in our lives, and we're like, what do you mean I manifested this? Yeah, you did. You did. Because you're ready for this new phase of you, this new cycle. Coming full circle. Look at that. Yeah, completion, coming full circle. Something is coming to a complete circle. You've learned the lesson that you needed to learn in that situation. And so because it's now coming full circle, it's now complete. Now it's time to look forward. Now it's time to move forward, because something needs to dissolve here. And it's this whole new innovative, whole new beginning for you. And it's challenging, right? It's challenging because we can get comfortable in the discomfort. And then we have patience. So be patient with yourself while you're going through this process, because again, you're being introduced. So this tells me that it's taking time. It's taking time, but it's coming full circle quicker than you think. Maybe April might be significant here for this change. From April. I don't know what that is, but okay. Maybe through April through June. These might be significant months. We have 3G, grit, grace, and gratitude. And then we have breathe, there is more. Yeah, just take a deep breath. You're going through a lot right now. And have gratitude for what this person, this situation has taught you. And know that if it's coming in full circle, if it's completing, it's because you've learned the lesson successfully and you're ready to move forward. So it's kind of like a graduation, bittersweet moment. But that is what I have for you guys. Take care of yourself. Pile number 2. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the star, then this is your message from your divine feminine energy. And just a reminder, this is energy, so this has nothing to do with your gender, the gender that you identify with. All of us have divine feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. I'm just putting it out there as a disclaimer. With that being said, let's get started with your message. So pile number 3, it feels very proper. I don't know why. I'm getting like very proper energy here. So let's have a look. Let's see what is coming through for you guys. Let's see what archetype is the divine feminine. Ooh, pioneer. Okay. Light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And then the shadow attribute is compulsive need to keep moving on. Okay, so a little bit of needing to balance, right? Needing to have that balance. We have Parvati. I'm butchering that. I am so sorry. So it's a 5 challenging energies here. Number 1, breakthrough into light. Okay. Then we have shining lotus. And then we have the leader, pioneer and leader. Okay, influence, courage, and benevolence. Okay. So what am I picking up here? And I'm going to channel and then give take. Oh no, I forgot this other card. Explore your rhythm. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting here. But let's see. And we have power. Okay, pile number 3. The divine feminine within you is telling you not to be afraid of your own power. I feel like for some of you, there might be some mother wounding here. That's for some of you, very small group of you, but there is still some healing that needs to be done. Or relationships with other divine feminine energies, or you feel like you tend to attract a lot of feminines in your circle or in your community who might be in some way, projecting onto you. Okay, that's for some of you. For some of you, your purpose is to also teach or talk about mother wounding and helping the community heal in some way. But the message that I am picking up here from your divine feminine is, do not abandon yourself, is the first message that I'm here, especially when it comes to pleasing other people or to make yourself look less powerful. Okay, because you are pile number 3, you are someone who is very powerful. You're someone who is very gifted. You're an amazing leader. You have this pioneer spirit, but it does feel like the divine feminine for pile 3 is telling me that you guys sometimes subdue this power. You guys hide this power. And I don't know if maybe there is something there with mother or something that was passed down from the women in your family. But they're saying, do not be afraid to fulfill your purpose. Do not be afraid to shine. That's why you picked the star here. And then we have shining lotus, right? Also, what I'm picking up here as well from your divine feminine is you need to embrace all the faces of your divine feminine energy. Sometimes you're going to be loving and caring, and other times you're going to show up as the fierce mother. Sometimes you're going to show up and it's going to be in a shadow aspect, right? And expressing and embracing and embodying all these different aspects and faces of your divine feminine energy is going to help you on your path. Pile number 3, also, your divine feminine is saying, stop thinking that the path has to be difficult for you to heal. You might resonate a lot with Ganesh, Lakshmi as well. Because the divine feminine within pile number 3, she's saying there's an exciting new development happening for you. But with this new exciting development, it will actually give me a second. It will have you, or it will put you in a position where you're going to have to confront your own negativity. Because pile number 3, there is a habit here that the divine feminine within you wants you to look at and to address. The divine feminine here is saying you use your negative thoughts for safety. What do I mean by that? And you use it for self-protection too. The way that I'm picking this up is like, let's say, for example, when you start something, you think about the worst case scenario. That way, when it happens, if it happens, because sometimes it doesn't and you get surprised, but when it does, you're like, oh yeah, well, I knew it. I had said it from the beginning. That type of thing. And the divine feminine within you is saying we need to stop doing that. They understand it's for self-protection, but ultimately it's coming from a place of not trusting yourself and not trusting spirit. And not trusting your light. And the divine feminine here wants you to trust your light, wants you to shine your light. Because the divine femme here is saying your inner strength will give you the empowerment you need to share your thoughts without wavering. Even in the face of someone who is challenging your thoughts or your beliefs or your ideas. Because you're meant to be a leader. You're meant to help others. And there's a big breakthrough that the divine feminine here is wanting you to know. For some of you, you might have already had this breakthrough. For others of you, this breakthrough is going to come in, or you're going to get it through, again, facing these self-sabotaging beliefs when an opportunity presents itself. The divine feminine within you wants you to know that you're very courageous. You have a lot of strength, that you can move forward, that you have the power to overcome anything that you do face or that comes up in your path. Don't doubt yourself. Work on your solar plexus, work on your root, work on your sacral, those 3 lower chakras. Explore your rhythm. Yeah, explore your rhythm, because that one had fallen. Explore your rhythm. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? And again, do it from a place of confidence, from a place of, this is what I believe. This is what I stand for. And don't waver. Don't waver in your ideas, in your creations. Yes, what the divine feminine within you wants you to surrender is your attachment to results. And I was going to say that. Don't waver, especially when you put your ideas out there, because I feel like you're someone who's very different. You are a pioneer. You have this leadership, so you do want to, you create a lot. You're very creative. But sometimes I feel like when you don't see that support, quote unquote, from other people, or like from clients, or from, other people like gravitating towards your ideas, the divine feminine within you is saying it's because you're too attached to the result. It says the formula for success is to do all that you can to make things happen, then let go of the result. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So again, let me put it up here so you guys can read it. So again, don't hold on to results. Let it be. Let it be what it needs to be. Okay? And we have the 9 of Swords. Look at that. I was just saying that. It's like this is your safety net. You're like, okay, well, if I don't get the results that I want, I'm going to think about the worst case scenario. What am I going to do? And so you start thinking about this, and it's like what is it called? When you like manifest that for yourself, it's like a form of self-sabotaging. And so the divine feminine within you is saying, look, we got to stop. We got to stop doing that. It's okay. Stop doing that. Just put your stuff out there, your ideas, go after them. Go after your path. Go after the things that you want. Shine your light. Shine your truth. Especially your thoughts. There's something about your thoughts here. Like, don't be afraid to voice your thoughts. But also watch how you're talking about your ideas and your projects to others. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, we need to work on our thoughts. This divine feminine is saying, look, first of all, I feel like you're a master at something, but you downplay it in some way. Because that's what's safe for you. And the feminine energy is saying, we don't need to do that. There's an easier way. Because the 8 of Pentacles is about perfecting something, right? It's about paying attention to something, to the details of something. But the 8 of Pentacles can also be a card where we can lose the forest for the trees here. And so the divine feminine energy is saying, look, it's good to be cautious, but also be very careful. There needs to be a balance here. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, for some of you, especially when you feel like you've hit rock bottom in something, the divine feminine is saying, don't take that as a bad thing. Surrender. Let go. Maybe right now you're currently feeling like you've hit some type of rock bottom. And again, the divine feminine is saying, don't get lost in the 9 of Swords energy, in your thoughts, in your negativity. Remember that you're powerful. Remember that you can put the pieces back together in a better way, in a transformed way, in a more empowering way for you. Something that is more authentic to you. Complete surrender. Yeah, the divine feminine is saying, look, you got to let go. I don't know what this is, but you have to let it go. You have to let it go, and you have to completely surrender. Surrender to how things are unfolding, to how things are going. Just completely surrender. Go with the rhythm. Go with the rhythm. You don't always have to have it all together all the time. Allow the divine feminine energy to take you to where you need to be. And say it with heart. Yeah, there's something about the voice here. There's something about the way you express yourself, the way you relate to your own divine feminine energy. Whatever you do, make sure that it is with your heart. And whatever you say, make sure you say it with your heart. And the last card that we have here is success. Yeah, because there will be a lot of success. For some of you, like I said, there's an opportunity that is coming in to speak about something that you've mastered with that Eight of Pentacles, something that you're good at, something that you love, something that makes you, pile number 3. And you need to be willing to shine your light. You need to be willing to be your authentic self here. Don't be afraid. Stop telling yourself that you can't do it, or that you don't know what you're talking about, or that you're just making shit up with the 9 of Swords, because you're not. You are someone who is very powerful. Allow yourself to explore this particular offer, idea, a vision, because you will be successful. And say it with heart. Say it with that passion. Say it with that drive. Say it with that excitement, you know? Because that is what is going to give you that success. Just completely surrender to what this opportunity is. Don't let your fear, don't let this 9 of Swords energy hold you back. Because pile number 3, 1444, as I said that, I feel like you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into this leadership. And to be a leader, what do you have to do? You have to say it with heart. You have to be that type of leader. You have to explore your rhythm. You have to explore what works for you and your community and, you know, with the people around you. And when I say community, it can be literally because you're on a platform, or it can be, you know, your community, your family, you know. But let go of the attachment to the result. Let it be what it needs to be and just say it with heart. That's it. That's what the Divine Feminine is wanting you to know. As long as you do that, success is coming in. Amazing opportunities will be coming in. Just let go of that negative thought pattern that you have that has served you for self-protection and for safety. Let that go. Let it go. That is what I have for you, pile number 3. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Bye.